Okay, let's go. Something in my image that says something over the operators. I really don't know how that works. So, we're gonna do some pull-ups. Want to do them yesterday. Did a 30-kilometer run, but I had some other stuff to do. I was in a podcast with Aldo Fitness and with Aldo from Crusades of Motivation. So that stuff is still coming out. I'm gonna keep you posted on that. And let's do some pull-ups. Didn't do much still today. We're gonna go to the beach today, and it's freezing. And if we have time, we're gonna take a nice swim. We have Clark in the building. Salute, brother. Good morning. And yes, I had a good Christmas. I hope you had too. Enough training. Had some company with the family. Yeah, so how are you days? Have a good workout. Thank you. Hope your days were also good. Oh, that's the wrong one. Need to press the pull-ups. Still a bit stiff, so we're gonna wake up the body. Let's do those 5. First 5. And a bit sore all over my body. I'm sore from my 30-kilometer run from yesterday. I'm also a little bit sore from my push workout from the day before. So I feel it a bit in everything. So it's good to get a little bit moving in. And after this I'm gonna do an extensive stretch routine. I thought of going outside, but it's easier here and it saves me lots of time. 10. Let's go. And it is nice weather here. The sun is shining, although it is freezing, a couple degrees below 0, but still nice weather. Fifteen. I have to make sure that I'm not going too fast. That's important. I feel everything cracking in my back and everything. So it's real important when you do lots of workouts to get the stretching on, get your mobility in, and make everything loose again. That's where most people go wrong, I think. And sometimes they blame it on the exercises, but you know, I said it also to a friend of mine a little bit earlier. You can drive a car and you can drive, but you need to maintain it also. You need some maintenance. If you don't do the maintenance on a car, it will break down. Same as with the body. And the stretching and the mobility is like the maintenance of your car, if you view it like that. I have a Persian in the house. So Iran. Tungo in the house. Hello, Mr. Tjibbe Gaastra. How many times a week you do strength training, please? Depends. Every day is kind of strength training. Let's do a couple reps and we go further into that. But almost every day I do something with strength. Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little bit but I did a 30-kilometer run yesterday. You can say, well, that's only cardio. No, it will impact the legs heavily, of greatly, I must say. Heavy, that was the word I was searching for. So, it will develop some legs, especially when you also have some hills in it and everything. So, yeah, everything is a crossover from what I do. Crossover and hybrid system of strength and cardio and all flowing into each other. But pull-ups are mainly strength, I think. And I'm from the Netherlands. Madiv. So I guess you're Iranian. I got some Iranian neighbors, by the way. Real nice people. Five. Let's go. Talking a little bit too long. And they're selling fireworks since yesterday, so you can hear them bang so now and then. So 30. Let's go. Don't know how many I'm gonna do. I think about 200 or something. Then I have enough time left to get a good stretch in, eat some food, and then I need to get ready to go away with the family. $35. And I hope everybody had some great days with Christmas, has something to do. Don't know if people are free or not. I am free these days. So my although I'm sore, my recovery is high these days. So I can do some bigger stuff. $40. I really need to pick up my pull-ups a bit more. But this year, a little bit more preparing for that. Let's see. Thank you very much. I have a plan to do 3 Navy SEAL burpees and 2 strength training, pull and legs a week, alternately. Oh, that's very good, I think. Yeah, I think you have a real good plan with that. Also, I would like to add, don't forget the legs. Do some squats and some lunges in there. And maybe some running, but I think running is not for beginners. I don't say you're a beginner, don't get me wrong. But it's not for everybody running. But if you can do it, put it in there. But in each case, throw in some squats and lunges. And walking. $45. I'm also gonna do some squats after this, but more for my mobility. Later in the week, I need to do some heavy squats. I need to set a PR with 155 kilos. So, I'll be curious if I can gonna get that. $50. Here. Yes, I do goblet squat in those 2 days strength training. Yes, I'm beginner. So goblet squat, awesome. Goblet squats are real good. I recommend to do all kinds of squats, and when you feel like, I would also throw in some jumping lunges and jump squats, or a jump into a firm table or something like that. That's very good. Some explosiveness, if you can. $55. Puppy Sam in the house. Good morning. Happy New Year. Yeah, in case I don't speak to you guys before the end of the year. With this, Happy New Year. We're gonna do some workouts. So, tomorrow I have a thing planned with Tjibbe Gaastra. And we're gonna do a workout. All year I have a big workout too. $60. And the old year I have a big workout with New Year's. Gonna do something with Kelsey, if I'm right, first day. Got more nice stuff coming up. 2026 is the year to learn a muscle up. Yes, I like that. Starting today. Just practice it a little bit every day. I did that also with all my skill training, by the way. I just did a little bit every day. So 5 to 10 minutes, not go over failure, but just to get those techniques down. Get that bar with the muscle up, for example, get that bar here, you know, pull up here, that bar. You don't have to make a transition, but getting used to getting that bar till the solar plexus, and if you can, to the stomach. And if you can do that, you only have to transition. So that, high pull-ups and straight bar dips. Get those straight bar dips in. If you combine those two, and then practice the technique, you got it. You got it, Sam. $65. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good workout. Thank you, Tungdo. So, and Sam, if you ever want, good morning. Have Mark in the building. Voedselwind. So Sam, if you ever want to ask me something about that, I'm always open for it. I like to help people. I also help people in my park. So. And even spoken to Voedselwind once when we talked about training. Yeah. If anybody needs help, I will help him. It's all cool. Where we at? 70. Hope you are doing good. I am. Thank you, Mark. Hope you're doing good also. How's your training going? Do you have the consistency? And do you have to balance with your weights and everything? How's that going? $75. No, yeah, 75. Going to try now. See you later. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day, Sam. Salute. Sam in the building. Helemaal lekker bezig. Weer. Zeker. Like I was saying, I'm still sore from my 30-kilometer run. Yesterday. Outside, of course. I got my 30 kilometers under the 3 hours. Always happy with that, but I need to be way faster. So need to work on that. I'm a bit sore from 2 days ago. If you didn't see me, my workouts on YouTube, 2 days ago I was live, did an 1500 push-up workout with a friend of mine, Warmup. So I'm switching a bit back and forth past weeks between YouTube and Instagram. I try to share everything on both channels, but sometimes I only have it on one channel. I was sick with bad influenza, but I'm back after 12 days of no training. Okay, that sucks always. Take it back, just easy, start easy, slowly work your way back up. Don't overdo it right away, because your body is restoring and everything, you know. I'm pretty sore from working out recently. Do you have any tips for recovery, brother? Well, stretching, mobility, and then it is nutrition. But also get your movement in. You don't have to do training every day, but walking. Get your walk, get your 10,000 steps a day in, and you're good, you're solid. And your nutrition. You know, your body needs protein to recover. If you want to move, you need carbohydrates. So you need vitamins, minerals, so fruits, vegetables. Get all your nutrition in. Get your walking in, mobility, stretching, and you're solid. Um, 85, I thought. 80, let's make it 80. If I count wrong, we just go back. Thank you, brother. So stretching, diet maybe, some active recovery. But diet is a huge thing. So I follow also some Olympic athletes and also some nutritional experts from the Olympic athletes. And I follow some women. She is also saying, so the whole thing for recovery is not only on the day itself, but it is months of eating good. It is years of eating good. So she says, so if you want to be in the, and I'm no Olympic, don't get me wrong, but if you want to get good results in 2028, you need to eat now already good. You need to start now with eating good, because what you put in now will affect your results even in 2 years. So you need to be constantly eat good, recover good, sleep good, stretch, everything. Get everything in order. And it doesn't hurt if you miss a day, but try to get it in order every day for, like always. I say it more often, this is not a phase. I do this for life. So we want to be on top of our game every fucking day. It doesn't matter if you slip sometimes, we need to get back up right away. 85. 90. What do we have here? Some say doing ice baths helps. Do you think there's truth to this? No, there is no truth to that. And let me nuance it. It is proven now. Back in the day, they would say ice helps for recovery. No, it doesn't. That is simply not true. You can look up the facts for that by good sources. But I won't say some ice baths are wrong for the body. I think they are good. But they found something that if you do a workout and your muscles are broken, are ruptured, you have those little, how do you say that? Muscle tears and you go into an ice bed, the ice prevents white blood cells from going to that place. So let me say, if you have a wound or you need to recover and it takes, let me say, 2 weeks. If you go into an ice bed, no, let me say, it takes a week to recover and you go into an ice bed. The ice slows you so much down with the recovery, it takes a half of the time to recover longer. So maybe 1 week of recovery is 2 weeks of recovery. Ice slows down the recovery. So it has the opposite effect. And no matter what people say, the experts from the hospitals, listen to those guys, they really studied for this shit. Those are right, you know, not those fitfluencers that dip themselves every day and talk just shit. So no ice baths for recovery. You can do that after at a different moment in your training, but not after directly training yourself. That's right, the ice closes the muscle wounds after training, yeah. And it prevents, like I say, it prevents the white blood cells to go from going to the place that needs to be fixed. And you need those white blood cells. So, thanks for your insights. So ice baths actually hinder recovery. Yes. I think many like the ice bath because it seems to put one in the fight or flight state. Yes. Also true. So, if you do it separately next to your training, it's okay. You know, it also has some benefit then. But not for recovering your muscles. And especially not right away. And sometimes you also see that with high-end athletes, that they put ice on the muscles, you know, when they have something, you know, at games and stuff. They only do that because it takes away the swelling. But, you know, you want a wound to swell. When it swells, it can recover. So, that is the actual truth of it. I think I'm at 100 now. I lost count, I think. Talking so much. Let's do another 100, then we're good. I really need to film more pull-up sessions just normally. The talking takes a little bit away from my speed. So maybe next time I do pull-ups, I'm gonna film that in a normal way, so I can focus on my speed a bit more. But it's okay. The body will repair itself. True? It's always repairing itself. Always, all day. Just like your liver and your kidneys are always filtering the system. So you also have something, the detox, the whole thought of detoxing, that's also bullshit. But people say anything to get some views or to sell shit. So, yeah. And the people doing ice baths, they want to sell you programs to get you doing those ice training or sell ice baths. The people who are doing the detox shit want to sell you some stuff that you need to detox. That's all rubbish. Bullshit. Just sleep, food, training, stretching, done. And that is almost for free, except maybe the food. But you can eat good and not pay a heavy price for it. One ten. Real nice weather. It's good. Good sign. Like I said, we're going to the beach in a little while. To Scheveningen. The Dutch people know this. So, gonna have a lovely day. Going away with the family. $15. 115. Let's go. Let's get this done. And I do feel way better. So it's good to be moving. Let there be reps. So that. Happy New Year. By this. I know we have still a little bit of time left, but in case I don't speak to you before that or after that. $120. Somebody had a mental breakdown in the comment section, I think. People always want to sell something, agreed. Whether it is ice baths, breathing, meditation, detoxing, whatever else, yeah. People want to sell you shit. You must immediately don't trust them. Be aware. Clark, oh yeah, everybody knows Clark. Clark is famous. More people in the chat are famous, by the way. Fuselwind is also famous, also in the chat. Real nice. The guys like Clark, like Fuselwind, are the backbone of the community. They're always there, they're always supporting. $125. 75 to go. I had some good days. Now I have some good pull-ups today. Yesterday some good leg workout with running. The day before that a good push workout. Also a full body workout with the burpees, of course. Tomorrow I have more of a full body thing, I think, with Simon Tregezen. Simon Tregezen is making the workout for tomorrow, so I guess it will involve some lunges, burpees, that type of stuff. That will be nice. The last day we're gonna hit some bigger stuff. Oh no, tomorrow's not Simon, it's Friday, sorry. Make a mistake. Sorry. Friday for Simon. Tomorrow is of course already New Year's Eve. I have vacation, so all days are flowing a bit into each other now. I have to think. I'm 35. Get the money. Tico is also one of those people, the backbone of the community. So it'll be amazing for all of us. That is right. What do you think about people who sell detoxing courses and breathing courses? Detoxing is right away bullshit, because like I said, your kidney and your liver are detoxing the day. You don't put ultra processed food into your body and your organs will do the work. So people who spend the money on that are just idiots. Sorry, I'm saying it like that, but it is. Breathing courses, that's a different story. Because breathing, you need technique for breathing. And breathing on itself, well, that is a whole separate thing. So I think, I think if people are really good in that and they control that, you can sell, of course, your, your knowledge with that. So yeah, breathing is a separate thing. Some people need to learn that, and because they don't have it from themselves. And also, I'm also learning to breathe better and everything. But I don't buy courses. One 40. Exactly, yes. But I would advise, if you want to learn some breathing, just read a lot, try out some stuff that you see from books, from videos, just play with it. And I think you will find it yourself also. So you don't need to buy a course. And when you learn something for yourself, it may be harder, but in the end you will learn more. So why not try it for yourself, be an autodidact? Because once you learn it yourself, you will never unlearn it. You get what I'm saying? You never lose that. And when you're buying stuff and you're copying stuff, it's not from your own. Everybody needs to find his own pattern and flow of doing things. Well, 45. That's an amazing breathing technique for walking. 4 steps inhale, counting 1, 4, then 4 steps exhale. Goes for running too. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think what I'm using for running, I think maybe more on the three exhale and then inhale something. But it is hard to know this because you're not doing it. But I have a pattern with running. So bum 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 ha bum 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 bum. So bit of a 4 count. Then I have a breathing. I think 3 out, 1 in. If I'm right, I'm not mistaking myself. But it is different with every exercise. Because when you're doing 6 counts or 1 pumps, your breathing is also different between the two. Although they're similar movements. And even with Navy SEALs, they're also different of higher pumps. But I know with Navy SEALs, I try to do when I press out, I try to also press out my breathing. When I go in, I breathe in. Or when I'm standing on top. Sometimes I do an extra breather when I'm standing and smaller breaths when I'm doing the movement. So it takes less energy and everything. I was at 145. $150. It's Japanese. Ah. Yeah, I did a lot of time of many years of karate, but didn't catch that. And also with karate, It's also different with a style. I did multiple styles, and every style has a bit of its own character, with fastness, with slow patterns and breathing and everything. So, yeah. I've heard about technique similar to that, let it be reps. I also read, and it could be wrong, that nasal breathing should be priority over mouth breathing. Yeah, that is basically, that is really in. So, that's also a movement now. The whole, yeah, different breathing. But, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think so too, let it be reps. Yeah, basically breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. That's the way I learned it by karate and with lots of training that I did. But if you're heavily in a session with burpees, with running, you're breathing through every fucking hole you have in your body. So you can have some technique till the moment you're fucking dying, and then you want to breathe out of every fucking hole you have. So then go out of the window then. But I think practicing it is good. Yeah, I will agree with that. And also, I think also that is very personal, how you breathe and how you do stuff. Because what is working for one person is not maybe working for another. So, you know, the individual, yeah, is really relying on the individual. You know, what's working for one person is not working for another maybe. So there is no set standard for everything. So I always say, don't listen to one person, but try to listen to all people out there. Try everything out you can. Try to find what works for you. You know, I don't have the total wisdom in pocket, and my neighbor also doesn't have that. And maybe nobody in your surroundings has that. Maybe someone far away, I don't know. But try stuff out, see what works for you. The people are many times so focused on one set program of doing things that we forget that we need to learn, but we're also learning our whole life. You know, maybe stuff changes in your body, which is limiting yourself or anything. So we need to be constantly adapting ourselves to new things. I thought I was at 160. Could be wrong, but. Let's see. Oh yeah, when the dashboard blinks all red, you just survive. Yeah. People, yeah. If you never thrown yourself into the deep, you won't know. But people who know, who have been there, just surviving. You know, surviving. Every method goes out of the window when you need to survive. And that's okay. That's good. They show you that and then that in that environment you learn things. That's awesome. Confidence. Do you think there's truth to this? What do you mean, Clark? Elaborate. To confidence. 65. Semen retention, some say gives confidence. I wouldn't know if that is right. And I don't believe in that. There is no evidence that it helps. There's also some new age bullshit talk, I think. You know, doing the nasal breathing, the detoxing, the ice baths, the semen retention. Just rubbish. You know? Fuck as much as you want. It won't affect your workouts. I promise you, I have many years of experience of that. Just play with yourself, get out there, have some fun, make love. It won't affect your training. Even, I think, when you're making love in a good way, you know, with a true loved one, I think it will only make your workouts better because you have more confidence. So, love each other. It's just natural. By the way, I believe also in doing stuff that is natural. Semen retention is not natural. It's ridiculous. Is this guy on roids? I get that more, but no. Never done, never gonna do. I'm at, what was I? 170. I think this BS, yeah, you're right. Thanks for answering. Many people who are single and lonely go, I'm a semen retention is like a cop out. No disrespect to them, but maybe they use it as a way to make excuses so they jump on semen. Yeah, you know, people wanna have, I don't know, people have, to be honest. I was thinking of something, but people just talk shit all the time. I also talk a lot in my videos, in these lives at least, but I know BS when I see it. Life is not that difficult. No, come on guys. Think with logical understanding. You know, what is natural, what not. If you have to make extra efforts for it, because it is not natural, it is maybe not good. And by the way, with the semen retention, you know, also you have in the churches that they withhold themselves from sex and everything. You know what that gets you? Pedophilia, more sex offenders, rapes and everything. You see that in the church all the time. So the church has proven that withholding yourself from sex will get you in just criminal behavior. You know, out of normal human being behavior. You know, think about that, and that is proven. And that's not only with priests, also nuns, by the way, because nuns also do disgusting things. You know, you have whole cemeteries full of unborn babies, you know, at those places, at those monasteries. Over the whole world, by the way. You can't quantify confidence anyway. Yeah, I think that is indeed something. We have Max in the building, pulsing iron. Tjibbe, hope you're doing well. Coming to the end of 2025, starting in 2026. Salute, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope your recovery with your shoulder, I thought, it was going well. I think what you said, to do things are natural. Anyone denying themselves that pleasure, you have to ask why. I heard monks to do it to achieve enlightenment. If you like, if that is a real thing. Enlightenment. Yeah. I think first we have to understand what they want to enlighten the spirit. But what is a spirit? We need first to understand that. You know what it is made of through science. And then we can progress. But holding yourself back. Also, by the way, in the Buddhist monasteries, rape, child abuse is also a big thing. In all religions where you have a hierarchy and they're doing weird stuff, you get rapes, child abuses, also abuse of women, abuse in any type of way or form. So natural behavior, and don't trust the big religions, because child abuse is everywhere there, with Muslims, with Christians, with Buddhists. Believe in something, fine, but if you're doing weird stuff, you're getting the shit all wrong, and you're probably getting involved with some criminal behavior. So be wary for that. Shoulder getting, let's see. Missed something. Shoulder getting better and better. Nice. Can I already do pull-ups again, but taking my time before I do them with intensity live again. Yeah, that's smart, Max. We have a recovery, also for the people watching. Just like Max is saying, take it easy. Don't stress yourself too much. I say it more often, you don't have to be on top of your game in a week or a month. Sometimes it takes years, but take your time. We have all time, so don't worry about that. Where was I? I think 185 or something. Just a 5 extra at the end. So 190. Doing a long time of my 200 now, but I'm talking a lot. So yeah, 100%. That's right. That's a smart way of doing things. Yeah, take it easy. When you notice that you're falling back, that the recovery is getting worse, slow down again. And I always say, when you have a problem longer than 2 weeks, see a physiotherapist. Go to someone that is smarter than you in that in that way. So yeah, I'm always doing that. When I have problems with something, sometimes I wait too long. I'll be honest with that. But go to a physiotherapist. They can explain what is wrong, what to do, and everything. And if they cannot help it, go to see a doctor. But don't walk around with injuries thinking I got this for months, because that is not good. Try to listen to people who have learned for their stuff. May I ask, brother, your thoughts on people these days who claim to be spiritual? I don't know what spiritual means, but some people say meditation and doing sea meditation makes one spiritual. No, that's not. Why? Why makes them that spiritual? Let me say it like this. If people have a spirit, a consciousness, how do you want to call it, either way, then we are all spiritual already. You cannot go from nothing to spiritual. If we have all a spirit, we are all spiritual. So, then you have the only question, what is a spirit? Well, we are really busy with understanding the subject. And as far as I can understand it, it is ultra fine electromagnetic matter. That is it. So, what does it do? That is the next question. That is, good morning, Patrice. The spirit evolves. It takes in information for it to evolve. So, not jacking off, but that has to do with your spirit, with evolution. So, that is the question you want to ask. What is needed for evolution? Not jacking off is not one of them. At least I can tell you that. Meditation, you can say it is, but you have to do it correctly also. So, without the stigma, dogma of religious shit. You have to get into yourself, into your own head, without interference. Patricia, welcome. So for those who don't know, Patricia is my girlfriend. My biggest supporter in life. Meditation, yes, definitely. Semen intention doesn't have to do with anything, in my opinion. Yeah, I think you're right. Without the spirit, the soul would be aware of itself. Well, are the spirit and the soul different things, or are they the same thing? Or is the soul a dogmatic thing from the church, and the spirit is just the consciousness? Or are those three different evenly? And how about the consciousness and the unconsciousness? How does that work? So we have some stuff to play with understanding, I think. Do it feels natural to you. Something feels wrong, it has a reason. Yeah, I think Max has a good one. I'm gonna do 5 more and I'm done. But yeah, we all know if we do something, if it is right or not. And we can lie to others, but we cannot lie to ourselves. And now, some people are maybe psychotic or schizophrenic, so they cannot see the truth maybe. I gotta do 5 more, just to make up for miscount reps. But, yeah, we all know what is wrong deep inside ourselves. So we need to listen to ourselves. And if we do that, and that's meditation also, just listen to yourself. I think you're coming a long way with doing that. But even talking is a form of meditation, because meditation is no other than concentration. If you concentrate on something, you are already in a meditational zone. Simply put. Good answer. Everything is already wholeness. You can't become more whole because it's already whole. Yes. Nothing to do with self-pleasuring or intimacy or even meditation. True. Everything that exists is consciousness. The whole universe started with consciousness before matter even came into life. Then you meditate a lot. Yeah, true. Workout is a kind of meditative too. True. That's true, Fulswind. Always sends very important messages people are mostly not able to understand anymore. Yeah, true. Oh, people don't listen to their own body these days anymore. They're sad because the body tells you everything. Yes, and also your mind. Dus meditation is nothing more than sitting stillness and be aware. Concentrating and being aware. You know? That is it. And you can be aware in multiple ways. With training, with talking, with non-talking, with reading, you name it. I think. You look like a priest. That's why we love high volume. Yes, especially in those high volume workouts, you will have some talks with yourself. Some good talks. There's where the best talks came into life. The best talks are the moments you're totally fucked. So, and thank you, Patrice. Looking like a priest. Yeah, I only need some dress or something like that and a nice hat. You didn't know he's a priest? Yeah. I only like women and no small boys. So, 200 in, slow 200. That was my warm-up for the day. Let's go. Now we're gonna do some stretching, eating, and get ready. Because we're going to the beach with Patricia and the parents, by the way. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme says, be aware. Love that one. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna close off with that. Be aware. Oh, and a dog. Sorry. Boris is also with us. So, with this, we're gonna close off. Take care. See you soon. Small vacation here for the end of the year. I have the same. Nice. Good to hear. Happy New Year and be aware. Salute.